Benjamin Sesko, the giant on Manchester United's radar. Manchester United's search for a new striker is heating up, and one name stands out among the rest: Benjamin Sesko. The towering 6 feet 5 inches forward from RB Leipzig has caught the eye of United's recruitment team, with reports suggesting a summer move could be on the cards. But who is Sesko? Why does United want him? And what would he bring to Old Trafford? Let's dive into everything you need to know about the Beast, who might soon be wearing the famous red shirt. United's goal-scoring problems. Let's face it, Manchester United have struggled to find the back of the net this season. With just 37 goals in 29 Premier League games, the Red Devils' attack has been far from fearsome. To put that into perspective, league leaders Liverpool have scored nearly double that amount with 69 goals. Even more concerning, United have only scored 9 more goals than relegation-threatened Ipswich Town. This lack of firepower has put enormous pressure on manager Ruben Amorim, who took over earlier this season. His preferred 3-4-2-1 formation needs a clinical striker at the top, but current options have fallen short of expectations. Rasmus Højlund, who showed promise in his debut season, has hit a rough patch. The young Danish forward has scored just 3 Premier League goals this campaign, with 8 in all competitions. This disappointing return has reportedly led United's leadership to consider letting him leave this summer, either on loan or as part of a swap deal. With these struggles in mind, it's no wonder United are looking for a new striker, and Benjamin Sesko might just be the answer to their prayers. Who is Benjamin Sesko? Born on May 31, 2003, in Slovenia, Benjamin Sesko is one of Europe's most exciting young forwards. Currently playing for RB Leipzig in Germany, Sesko has been making waves with his impressive performances. Standing at 6 feet 5 inches tall with a muscular build, hence the nickname the Beast, Sesko combines physical presence with surprising speed and technical ability. It's a rare combination that has drawn comparisons to Manchester City's superstar striker Erling Haaland. Sesko's journey to the top hasn't been straightforward. He started at his hometown club Radice, spent time at several Slovenian clubs including Domžale, before Red Bull Salzburg spotted his talent in 2019. At just 16 years old, Sesko signed a professional contract with the Austrian club. After a successful loan spell at FC Liefering, Salzburg's farm team, where he scored an impressive 22 goals in 44 games, Sesko returned to Salzburg's first team. There, he won 3 Austrian Bundesliga titles and 1 Austrian Cup before making a €24 million move to RB Leipzig in 2023. Internationally, Sesko has already made history for Slovenia. He became the youngest player to appear for the senior national team in 2021 at just 18 years old. Later that year, he scored his first international goal, making him Slovenia's youngest ever goalscorer. This season's form. Sesko has been in red-hot form for Leipzig this season. At just 21 years old, he's already netted 19 goals and provided 6 assists across all competitions. This follows an impressive debut season where he scored 18 goals and added 2 assists. What's particularly impressive is Sesko's consistency and ability to perform in big games. He became the youngest player ever to score in 7 consecutive Bundesliga games, showcasing his reliability in front of goal. His Champions League experience is also growing. Sesko scored in Leipzig's 3-1 win against Young Boys earlier this season, adding European pedigree to his growing reputation. What makes Sesko special? So what exactly makes Sesko stand out from other strikers? Let's break down his key attributes. Physical presence. At 6 feet 5 inches, Sesko is a dominant aerial presence. He wins headers in both attacking and defensive situations, making him valuable for set pieces at both ends of the pitch. Speed and agility. Unlike many tall strikers who can be somewhat sluggish, Sesko possesses remarkable speed and agility. He can outpace defenders on breakaways, and his long strides allow him to cover ground quickly. Finishing ability. Sesko is clinical in front of goal. He can finish with both feet and has a variety of finishing techniques in his arsenal, from powerful strikes to delicate chips. Movement off the ball. What often goes unnoticed is Sesko's intelligent movement. He knows when to make runs behind defenses, when to drop deep to receive the ball, and how to create space for teammates. Work rate. Unlike some strikers who only come alive in the final third, Sesko contributes to his team's pressing game. He's willing to chase down defenders and work hard for the team. Versatility. While primarily a central striker, Sesko can also operate in wider positions if needed. This tactical flexibility would be valuable for Amorim's system at United. The United connection. Manchester United's interest in Sesko isn't new, but it seems to be heating up. According to reports, United have him on a four-man shortlist of striker targets, alongside Victor Osimhen, Victor Gyökeres, and Hugo Ekitike. What makes the Sesko link particularly interesting is the Christopher Vival connection. United's head of recruitment has a history with Sesko, having been responsible for bringing him to Salzburg as a 16-year-old and later helping to orchestrate his move to Leipzig in 2023. Reports suggest Vival is personally pushing for Sesko's signing, and was even spotted watching the striker in action during a recent Leipzig match. This personal connection could prove crucial in any transfer negotiations. How much would he cost? This is where things get a little complicated. Different reports suggest different price tags for the Slovenian star. Sky Germany reporter Florian Plettenberg claims Leipzig would be willing to talk if a bid of around €70 million, £58.9 million, came in. However, another report suggests Leipzig are hoping to make Sesko their record sale, with an asking price closer to €100 million, £84.1 million. Either way, this would represent a significant investment for United. For comparison, Victor Osimhen and Victor Gyökeres would reportedly both be available for around €75 million, £62.3 million. Competition for his signature. United aren't the only club interested in Sesko. The reports mention several Premier League rivals keeping tabs on the striker, including Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, and Liverpool. AC Milan from Italy are also in the race. Last summer, Sesko was courted by many of these same clubs but chose to stay at Leipzig, even extending his contract until 2029. This shows he's not someone who rushes decisions about his career. The big question is, will this summer be different? Sky Germany's Plettenberg seems to think so, stating it's very realistic that he's going to leave Leipzig when the transfer window opens. Would Sesko fit United's system? Under Ruben Amorim, United have been transitioning to a 3-4-2-1 formation. This system typically requires a complete striker who can lead the line, hold up play, run in behind, and finish chances. Based on his attributes, Sesko appears well-suited to this role. His combination of height, speed, and technical ability would give United's attack a new dimension. His aerial presence would provide an outlet for crosses from the wingbacks, while his pace would help stretch opposition defenses. Perhaps most importantly, Sesko's goal-scoring record suggests he could solve United's biggest problem, putting the ball in the back of the net. Questions United fans might have. Is he ready for the Premier League? This is always a concern when signing players from other leagues. The Premier League's intensity and physicality can be challenging to adapt to. However, Sesko's physical attributes and experience in the competitive Bundesliga suggest he could handle the transition. 21, is he too young? Youth has never been a problem for Manchester United. The club has a proud tradition of developing young talent. While Sesko would still have room to grow, his current performances indicate he's already capable of performing at a high level. Would he be worth the price tag? With figures between 70 to 100 million euros being mentioned, Sesko wouldn't come cheap. However, signing a striker who could lead the line for the next decade could prove to be good business in the long run. What would happen to Højlund? If Sesko arrives, questions would naturally arise about Højlund's future. The reports suggest United might be open to letting the Danish striker leave. However, keeping both could provide valuable competition and depth. Why this transfer makes sense. Looking at all the information available, there are several reasons why Sesko to United makes sense. 1. United desperately need a reliable goalscorer to compete at the top level again. 2. At 21, Sesko represents both an immediate impact player and a long-term investment. 3. His playing style appears well-suited to Amorim's tactical approach. 4. The Vival connection gives United a potential advantage in negotiations. 5. Sesko's physical attributes suggest he could adapt well to Premier League football. Of course, transfers of this magnitude are never straightforward. Much will depend on whether Leipzig are truly willing to sell, whether United can agree on a fee, and whether Sesko himself sees Old Trafford as the right next step in his career. A glimpse into the future? Imagine for a moment that the transfer does happen. What might United fans expect from Sesko? Based on his career trajectory so far, it's reasonable to think Sesko could develop into one of the world's elite strikers. His combination of physical gifts and technical skills gives him an incredibly high ceiling. At United, playing alongside creative talents and with greater service than he currently receives, his goal tally could potentially increase further. Under the guidance of Amorim, who has a track record of developing attackers, Sesko could flourish. For a club that has seen legendary strikers like Wayne Rooney, Ruud van Nistelrooy, and Cristiano Ronaldo grace the hallowed turf of Old Trafford, Sesko could be the next in line to become a fan favorite. What's next? With the summer transfer window still months away, this story has plenty of time to develop. United will likely continue to scout Sesko while also keeping tabs on their other striker targets. For now, United fans can enjoy watching Sesko's performances for Leipzig and perhaps catch a glimpse of him representing Slovenia at the upcoming European Championships, where he'll be one of the tournament's most exciting young players to watch. What's clear is that the striker position will be a priority for United this summer. Whether Sesko ends up being the chosen one remains to be seen, but the Beast certainly has all the attributes to succeed at the highest level. Would he be your first choice for United's new number 9? Or would you prefer one of the other targets? One thing's for certain. The upcoming transfer window promises to be an exciting one for Manchester United fans as Amorim and his recruitment team look to reshape the squad for a brighter future. Remember to keep checking back with Unite United News for all the latest updates on Manchester United's transfer targets, as we approach what could be one of the most important summers in recent club history.